My first experience with the Academy was a one-day workshop, and I made such a profound shift in that one day that I knew I would work with her. Working with Emily this week has been profound and amazing, and the way she presents it, if you listen, you get it.
Welcome, everyone, to the 1022 episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. I am so happy you are here. Wednesday is always such a special day. We get to train together in the sacred classroom. I'm excited to serve you all here today. Let's light up the chat box for me. Light up the algorithm. Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen. Let me know who is joining me here today. We're going to jam for the next hour or so together in a very magical state of mind that can change everything for you, known as the Akashic Records. Here's the cool thing. The Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, all possible futures. Okay, it holds all information beyond what our human minds can grasp. And every single one of us have the ability to tap in and get this higher level intelligence. Lisa Gardner in the house. I'm excited to see you, Lisa. I have just returned from a conference in Dallas, Texas, the Bridge Expo. I got to give a special shout out and thank you to my dear friend, Rion De Ruin, who is the CEO of Team Light. They put on the Bridge Expo. And also a big shout out to my brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters at the Way of Being Foundation. I had the privilege of not only representing the Akashic Academy, the Akashic Records, this technology that we all have access to that I'm so excited about, that we're going to work more with that energy today. I also had the great honor to introduce a new foundation, the Way of Being, here to bring through paradigm system structures of the new earth. And in that process of debuting and introducing this new foundation, we got behind the scenes access, VIP access to all of the amazing speakers that were there. Bill Holman, one of them, the keeper of the Mitchell Hedges Crystal Skull, which is a dear friend of mine. Oh, hey, Micah. Micah's ready to hang here today too, guys. She's keeping an eye out there for any spirit animals that are roaming the hills or the mountains coming into our session. Bill Holman was there. The Leo King. How many of you know and love the Leo King? He's pretty cool. Russell J. Gould, a new character that I've met. Powerful dude. Check him out. My dear friend Isha. Let's see. Arcturus Ra. Oh my gosh. Arcturus Ra, guys. Arcturus Ra, I don't know if you follow him. I love this dude. Ra and I met on Mount Shasta after the Mount Shasta conference many years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. And after the conference, all the speakers camped on the mountain, and he and I hung out together on Mount Shasta and talked. And I have followed him and his work ever since. And I had the pleasure of interviewing him for the Way of Being Foundation. And what he shared, this was one of my big takeaways, y'all. So good, so good. We are not creating. I'm sorry. Oops, I already messed it up. Okay, hang on. Let me calm down. Trey, no, you're not too late. You're not too late. All right, here's the take two on the Arcturus Ra quote. He said, "We are not experiencing reality. We are rendering it. We are creating it." And that's what we get to do together at a higher level today. So thank y'all for being here. The records are now open. Let's rock and roll. So if you are new to this space, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emily Harrison, founder, director here inside the Akashic Academy. I work with visionaries, difference makers, and thought leaders, training them, truly actually just reminding y'all, because you already know this. We're already programmed with this knowledge, but it's programmed into the dormant DNA within our cells. So as we raise our vibe and we wake up our DNA, we remember our access to this realm. And that's what this space is designed to do, is a sacred classroom here on Wednesdays, is designed to help raise all of our vibrational frequency. Okay, here's why I love the Akashic Records and how they specifically help us render reality at a higher level. We're all doing this anyway. Everybody working on learning how to manifest. I want to manifest. Guys, we are manifesting beings by nature. We are creating effortlessly in every single moment anyway. Can I get an amen all up in here? All right. We're just doing most of our creating from the unconscious level, the subconscious level, or below our awareness, meaning we have thoughts that we're not even recognizing that we're thinking, that we're going on repeat, that are creating emotions within us that most of us are suppressing because in this modern day collective evolution of human, the knowledge of how to properly deal with our emotions has been hidden, been lost a little bit. And so we're all bottling up all these emotions from this lifetime and past lifetimes, and we're effed because that's part of what makes the human body so powerful. Well, we're only effed if we don't deal with it. You're not effed if you're here, by the way. High five. And thank you for being here. You guys make the show. The show does not happen without you. So thank you for being here. All right. But what happens is we have all of this trauma and suppressed emotion and stuff that we haven't been taught to deal with, or we haven't been encouraged to deal with this until now. But what it does is it begins to distort our energy field, our subconscious energy field. So we think thoughts of lack, we think thoughts of fear, and we don't even realize that we're thinking them sometimes. So working with our Akashic Records, the Akashic Records, again, they hold all information, past, present, all possible futures. And the records are recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. And every single one of us have our own Akashic record. All right. I want to encourage y'all to start lighting up my chat box with questions, because that's what we're going to do next. Is I'm going to tap into this field for you and channel information. So you can ask questions such as the ones that I have up here on the screen right now. You can ask different questions as well. Here's the key to question asking, guys, is we want to ask open-ended questions. Keep the yes or no questions out of it. Okay, we have access to the entire cosmic collective of intelligence. Let's get as much as we can. We also need to take full responsibility for everything that we are creating. So asking questions with that in mind, meaning, what is my soul lesson? If you're stuck in something in life, in a relationship, or you're noticing toxic patterns that you're participating in or that you keep drawing into your life, asking what the soul lesson is for you, because that's why you keep repeating it, because your soul ain't got it yet. And then once you get it, you are no longer leaking energy from that pattern. You get that energy back and you get to consciously direct it. You get to consciously choose how to direct that energy through your body. I want you to think of your body as technology. All right. And here's where the process of creation starts. It always starts with thought. All right. So start lighting up my chat box with questions. Like I said, this is y'all make the show. I probably should have told you to start asking questions at the beginning of the show. So by this time, we're ready to rock and roll. All right, so the guys are taking me right into Trey's question. I'm actually going to go deeper into Trey's question here. Oh, right on, Karen. I see your question too. Yep, get him rolling in here. All right. So the guys want to speak in terms of timelines being too late and divine timing. Hello, Peter from Connecticut in the house. All right. So you may have noticed the past several months, timelines have been fluctuating. They seem very fluid, meaning possibilities, doorways open at the drop of a hat. 90 minutes later, something else shifts and changes. And when we are in times of very fluid timelines like this, it can be challenging if we resist it. Because what happens is if we resist it in our thoughts, we start second guessing ourselves. And we start questioning, what happened? I thought this, I thought that. I'm not saying that a high level of reflection isn't necessary. Okay, a high level of reflection looks like, what is here for my soul to learn? And then once we tap in and we have that intelligence, what is here for my soul to learn? Then we want to shift in and get clear again. What is it that I want to experience? And I just want to pause and honor every single one of you, powerful humans, whether you're watching live or on the replay. We are freaking amazing. This technology that we all possess has the power to change the planet, to change our lives, to change the galaxy. And what an exciting time that we are waking up to our power. It's a great honor to be someone to remind you and inspire you. Let's all just take some nice deep breaths. Drop into your heart. Your heart is the access point. Everybody, drop into your heart right now. I'm going to activate your own flow of Akashic energy. Okay? So you can tap into divine timing. The guides also want to talk about the energy of the new earth and how time operates in the new earth. And the guides want you to be in your heart energy to hear this. They want you to hear through your heart mind rather than your monkey mind and your human ears, because you're going to resist it likely when you hear it through your thick head. Because I did when I heard it through my thick head. I'm like, that can't happen. All right. All right. So crystalline tube of light, imagine it, drop it into the core of Mother Earth, into the Akash, outside of this time-space continuum, the all that is. Take a couple deep breaths. Good. Get the energy spiraling through this crystalline tube, everybody. This is going to support you. It's going to bring through knowledge and intelligence that will support you for the rest of the day. Okay. Here's what the guides want to share about the timelines of the new earth. So the new earth is the promise of our divine potential, all of us living in our divine blueprint. And that looks like baseline resonance, peace, love, and joy. We are abundant. We are collaborating. It is fun to be here. It doesn't mean that we don't have any problems and challenges. It's just a completely different way that we go about addressing them. Okay. All right. So this idea of the 5D, the new earth, these are all synonyms. The golden age here on the planet. This exists. 99.99% of the universe is already holding this frequency. Earth is a really beautiful school where we're here learning. We're transmuting things like our rage, our anger. Trey K, it's a collective. Thank you for showing up and transmuting the energy of sacred anger. This has come up in my field a lot yesterday, so I'll speak a little bit more to this as well. Okay. But back to how time works in the new earth. So we can experience peace, love, joy, prosperity, abundance. We can experience this all around us at every single moment if we are vibrating to the right vibrational frequency, which is a vibrational frequency match. Similar to how the Akashic Records work. Those of you who have trained with me, you know that getting into the space of the records, we become a vibrational match. That plasma tube helps us. We're all anchored in right now. We also know that's the key to manifesting or creating, becoming a vibrational match to that which we want to experience. Okay. So that's how we create. We become a vibrational match. How does this technology create that vibration? Well, our vibration is an accumulation of our thoughts, our emotions, our subconscious emanation coming out of your organs. Is this making sense? Send some love likes, hearts across the screen if this is making sense. All right. So this is available to us at any moment. However, we shut ourselves out of it. The Maya, the matrix, the illusion, the false reality where we don't remember our truth. That's all around us right now. Earth School is a unique place in the galaxy where we still get to come and learn about this polarity, this Maya, the illusion. Actually, polarity is not a Maya. It's not an illusion. It's a real thing. It's a construct that allows us to learn. But when we come here to the earth plane, we agree to go into a zone of forgetting That's why the Maya, the matrix, the illusion works on us, because we forgot our truth. Although through our experiences, our interactions with the Maya, the matrix, the illusion, we wake up, we remember. We hit our head against the wall enough times, we're like, oh yeah, there's something else. Where's the secret knock? Kind of like Legend of Zelda. All right, so part of the Maya, the biggest part of the Maya, the matrix, the illusion that's keeping us out of our divine purpose, our divine blueprint, our divine potential is time and rushing and the false timelines. Woo, the energy just shot down my whole body. And the guides are like, damn, you finally got to it. So anywhere in your life where you are rushing, please take this engraved invitation from your guides to stop. And it may take some time for you to learn how to release this mechanism of rush, of false timelines. It's definitely taking me some time to do it. Although I did make an agreement to myself for my 48th birthday, which happened this last summer, to give that up for my birthday. Just stop being in the rush and the anxiety. This is why, because it creates anxiety in our nervous systems. And as soon as our nervous systems move out of homeostasis and into anxiety, we're subject to distortion. And distortion is where we forget the truth of who we are and we drain our energy. And distortion looks like stressing about jobs, money, relationships. Stress causes inflammation. Eventually, that will create dis-ease within your body. Are we following how it works? Okay, who's ready to give up rushing? The guys are saying, the guys want to go into the root chakra right now. It's your base chakra. It's the base of your spine. This is where we're going to be working. It's red in color. And just begin to breathe into the base chakra, the root chakra. If you are driving, come back and do this later. We're dropping deep into the field, working here, guys. See if you can feel the energy start to buzz a little bit more. Imagining that red color in the root chakra. As you send your consciousness into the root chakra, your Akashic Records, your guides want you to know that you are activating innate intelligence within your body to balance itself. You come equipped this way. It's a pleasure to remind you and to train with you. Thank you for being here. Drop into that root chakra, everybody. Just breathe. See it red. All of your energy, all your attention there. Setting it back into a state of homeostasis where you can feel safe and secure in your life, remembering the truth of who you are and acting on your truth. Aho. Okay, give me an aho in the comments. If you are releasing that, it's going to release sacred anger. Let me just take a couple notes here. Time, safety, anger. Because y'all know I make videos after this. I got to remember what we talked about. All right, send some love, likes, hearts across the screen. We're going to get into some more questions here. Karen, moving forward, realtor. Okay, so I have a question that I have been circling with the changes of the new earth. Does polarity change? Or I don't know this word, like, is it less intense? Ooh, great question. Okay, Karen, I'm going to drop in and channel from the guides right now. We have a master guide coming in right now to teach from the 7 Hermetic principles. It's probably Thoth, the Thoth lineage. Hermes Thrice-Megistus coming in. Okay, so we want to talk about the energy of polarity and how polarity works. Okay, polarity is an energy, is an opposite. And what the Hermetic principle of polarity tells us that as far as the pendulum swings one way, it's going to swing back the other way. Okay, how many of you, as I talk about this, allow the remembrance to come in, see where in your life this is true? It will help you remember where you have trained in this principle before. Okay, here's why the principle of polarity is valuable, as a valuable study for us here on the planet. And in physical form is one of the cool places where we have the opportunity to experience polarity. Okay. The guides are saying that in order to fully experience one emotion, we have to experience its opposite. Ooh, chills through my whole body. And that's part of the beauty of an earth incarnation or a physical incarnation is, guys, we don't have our physical bodies in all of the different dimensions that we exist in. And here we get to experience a visceral rendering, to use Arcturus Ra's words, a rendering of the subtle energy of emotion. It gets to incarnate into form. And it's beautiful AF. Okay, feel into that. Okay, so now I want to tap into see what the guides have to say about polarity in the new earth. Okay. Okay. What the guides are saying is that in the new earth, this is good. We learn to use polarity at a higher level. So it's our choice of how far we want to swing back and forth with our shit. And what I mean by our shit is how we respond to emotional situations when we're triggered. So when we're young Padawan, young Jedi, like we are right now, and we're learning about the power of our emotions, it's valuable to swing them, right? Because then we learn fully. Although once we recognize that there is a cost to that, and we can do it more gently, we keep our emotions in more neutrality. Okay. And the guides are also saying our emotions are something that we get to learn from, especially when they're in that big swing like that. And the guides are saying, remember, another reason that Earth School is so cool is because this is a holographic reality where the Akashic Records are truly in every aspect of consciousness everywhere. What does that mean? It means that everything becomes our teacher here on the planet. And so when we're going through the phase of our own learning and evolution where our emotions are our teacher, it's valuable for them to swing all big like that because we learn more. And as we become more masterful, we're like, yeah, if that. I'm going to learn from some other things around me rather than using my emotions as a power, that kind of catalyst, right? And so our emotions get calmer. And we use other energies, we harness other energies for that catalyst kind of energy, right? We start doing things like transmuting and healing ourselves and turning our karmic debt or the areas where we paid the price for being in lack of love for ourselves, lack of allowing resources, and we flip that shit. Okay, it swings this way and we flip the karmic debt into karmic asset. We use the power of the magician and we use that to harness different energies. All right, so let me know if that makes sense. That was pretty badass to me. Thank you very much. My touch of magic making sense. Yep, the guides, y'all are powerful in this space. Channeling from your guides from your guides and mine. I told you we were badasses. This is what our innate knowledge knows and remembers. And here's the cool thing, guys. Every single one of you can do what I'm doing with practice. The only difference, if you're not channeling at this level yet and tapping into the wisdom yet, is you just haven't practiced enough yet. Okay? So for those of you who want to practice, let's go back. Intuitive development. This will get y'all practicing on your own. This is a free 30-minute training. And it will not only teach you about your clairsenses, also known as your intuitive senses, also known as your psychic senses, and why they're important. They're important because this is how we get messages when we're in the higher realms. It's we're using subtle energy. So it's basically the energy that's happening in your imagination. And this will help you identify how it's working for you and give you exercises that will help your intuition, your psychic abilities become a reliable source of intelligence for you. We all have this by divine right. And there was one other thing I wanted to say about it. Oh, it's not just training. There's also transmission that will activate you further. Okay. So I highly recommend starting there. And I just want to share with you guys, I before I learned how to read the Akashic Records, I was an actress in Hollywood, and I was super interested in anything metaphysical because the more I meditated, the more acting jobs I got. And basically, let me tell you the correlation there. The more I calmed myself, here's why meditation was so performance enhancing for me. One, I was clear AF of what I wanted, and that was to be an actress. Okay. I pulled the plug on life in Missouri when I was 18 years old. I'm 19 years old to quit school at Mizzou and move to Los Angeles. And I grew up in a really small town. So this was definitely like a courageous soul yes that I'm like, I'm going hunting for a new timeline. And I was definitely very married to this timeline. So anything that helped me get more acting jobs, I was down with. So I had a very clear vision. The meditation slowed me down and really channeled my mind towards what I wanted, right? I put myself in the frequency of other people who were doing what I wanted to be doing as well. And I started really honing my subtle energy body, thoughts, emotions, and all of that through meditation. Now, the more I did this, the more acting jobs I got. So the more I wanted to meditate, the more I meditated, the more my consciousness remembered shit. And I went in search of everything I could get my hands on. My dear friend now, John Burgos, and the Beyond the Ordinary show. I was a groupie, listened every day. Darius Barazante too, the U Wealth Revolution. Love these gentlemen for being in their mission and how they activated me. And I'm friends with both of them now, which is, it's so fun to come full circle. Go guys, you're getting that activation right now, by the way. And so as I went through my own process of just like getting more and more into this work, they're actually talking about polarity. There was a bigger gap between, like, I was getting more acting jobs. Okay. However, I was also missing more acting jobs because it's basically a numbers game. And I was missing really big jobs like Pearl Harbor and like a Kate Beckinsale's role in Pearl Harbor, and the Avengers, like big roles, right? And so that was very disappointing for me. And it was challenging to be pulled between motherhood and Hollywood and challenges in my marriage. So it's like, on one hand, my soul was becoming curious and remembering my power. And yet there was a gap, a bigger gap that was happening where I was just becoming more and more depressed. Right. If anybody's in this part of the cycle, you can send some love likes, hearts across the screen or put an emoji in the comments. I'm just holding space for all of my fellow humans. It's a part of the evolutionary journey, but you will find there will become a soul invitation in there just to start using the medicine on yourself. Okay. And that's really what shifted everything for me and why I was able to get off depression medication, why I was able to tap into the next evolution of my purpose here on the planet, where I evolved from being married to Hollywood and like nothing else but this will matter in my life to, oh my gosh, the best story that I could ever tell is the story of human evolution. And the power we have was the Akashic Records. Because once I understood myself from my soul's perspective, I understood why I incarnated on this planet, why I chose all the challenges that I did. I understood where I was holding on to shit that I needed to let go of. And with humor, love, grace, and self-acceptance that helped me not be so hard on myself anymore. It changed my life. And obviously that's why I'm on Mission On Point to share this with you guys. And not only or I should say, do we change our own individual lives, but we change the planet. And this is the true work of changing the planet, is taking the responsibility to change ourselves and do the work on this level. All right. So for those of you who do want to train in the Akashic Records, it's my area of greatest joy, I think, talent and expertise. As much as I love to be on stage, and I loved being on stage this weekend and interviewing high profile people and coming here and sharing with you guys and playing and entertaining you. Well, entertaining myself at least. Teaching is where I love to jam. So if you want to know more about what it would be like to train in your own Akashic Records, there's a 30-minute call, Akashic discovery call, clone call, it says. All right, we're going to dive back in. Thank you guys for listening. All right, let me know what you got out of that. What landed for you when I shared my story? Time is it? Oh, we got lots of time to jam. Okay. My touch of magic. Hi, Emily and everyone. I keep getting drawn to Akashic Records, but haven't done any courses. My question is, how can I start trusting more? Awesome question. All right, so we've got to practice trusting ourselves and practice getting the intuition that's coming in. And man, not trusting ourselves. Whew, that's a big one. That root chakra work that we did earlier will start helping. All right, we're going to take the work deeper now to learn to trust ourselves even more. Although we've already actually gotten seed number 2 in this broadcast about self-trust, which is download intuitive development. That's one of the challenges that's covered in this training is how do I know this is real? Once your intuition is fully intact, we will stop second guessing ourselves. Okay? And that's part of the evolutionary process. So I would say back to my touch of magic, you're already on the right path in terms of trusting yourself more is the first step. This is an important part of the process. In not only learning how to read the Akashic Records, but healing ourselves and being in our highest potential, which if the Akashic Records, you guys are feeling drawn to it, it's, in my opinion, because the records are here to help you get into your highest potential in the fastest way possible, because they're going to reveal what is unseen, what's stopping you right now. And once we know what's stopping us, it gets a lot easier because then our job becomes subtraction. So we are sovereign beings, and anything that is stopping us or in our way, it's because we're agreeing to that. So once we can figure it out and stop agreeing to that, it goes away. Make sense? Makes sense. All right, time for some more questions, y'all. I think I might have answered all of them rolling in. What else y'all want to know? I'm going to go through and make sure that I got them all here. Oh, my George, thank you for sending love and light from the UK. I see you, Kevin Hodak. Thank you for being here. Okay. Oh, good. We got new comments coming in. Hopefully these are questions as I'm scrolling. My tone of magic makes sense. Excellent. Good work. Oh, I know. We were going to go deeper into self-trust. All right, let me see what the guys want to do in terms of the next step of self-trust. Okay. We're gonna play polarity. We're gonna go from the root chakra up into the crown chakra. Okay, so crown is about 12 to 18 inches above your head. And crown chakra is where we process our relationship to God. For me, I grew up immersed in the Southern Baptist Church in Missouri, in the Bible Belt. Okay. Of course, the Bible talks about the book of life, but the kind of stuff I'm doing, tapping in, giving psychic readings and y'all, that's a little frowned upon. And I mean, I see why. One, it suppresses our power. Two, we've lost a lot of maturity, a fall from grace as a human evolutionary collective. We misused the Akashic Records during the time of Atlantis and Lemuria. They were manipulated, and we ego and power infiltrated, and we got information to advance technology in a way that superseded how our consciousness, our ability to hold the frequency of love and what's best for everybody. Consciousness progressed faster than, technology progressed faster than consciousness. Hello, anybody see any correlations to what we're doing now? All right, and we wiped ourselves out. Furthermore, we've done this several turnings as a human collective here on the planet. And some of the information of those previous wipeouts has been distorted, hidden, also wiped from the planet in terms of physical records. It still exists in the terms of our collective memory. And I'm talking Atlantis. I'm talking the burning of the halls of Alexandria, the fall of ancient Egypt. These are just some examples. Okay. Tapping back in. I know we were talking about Atlantis and Lemuria and technology advancing faster than our consciousness. Sort of what's happening right now. That's why we got to tap back into the records. Okay, what was the point? Back to how we process our relationship to God. So one of the ways that this intelligence of the Akashic Records is hidden in modern day, in our modern day lives, is they tell us it's dangerous, or religion poo-poos us from diving into it. And for me, what helped me shift that, one, working in the crown chakra is really powerful. We're going to do an activation right now that, if you would like to participate, this activation will cut any cords of attachment or unconscious commitments that we have, terrestrial or non-terrestrial, forward and backward through time, to express any loyalty to any religion. And we can return to our innate divine connection with Source being activated through the heart right now, for those of you who are receiving it. And if you want to receive that, you can say yes now, looking up and to the right. Wink and nod to my dear sister, Sarah Adams. Coming in up and to the right. That helps to reset. Okay. And this will allow you to, I'm not going to say it's going to fully erase any religious programming that we've had, because there are still some lessons that we can learn from it, but it's going to take the charge out of it for you all, so that you can work with the energies in a higher level. And here's what I mean in terms of, there are still some aspects of the paradigm of religion that we need to work out. And one of them is around sacrifice. So in order to fully release how we have unconsciously tied ourselves to religious constructs, you're going to be required to look at sacrifice in your life. You're going to be required to look at sacrifice on a lot of different dimensional planes. You're going to be required to look at, I should say invited, required, however you want to look at it. But these are the aspects of the disillusion that there will be great wisdom for you as you walk through these different gateways. But there's an invitation to see where we're sacrificing ourselves for our mission, where we're self-sacrificing for, the guys are saying, people pleasing or unconscious ties to winning love. Ooh, that's a big one. Ooh, clear that forward and backward through time. Ash, ano, kanas, kanakas, kini, adonai. And the guys are saying, when we remember the truth of who we are, the power of the heart, and the love that the human can radiate, that the human can express and feel, so much truth, remembrance, and ease will come back into being for us. And it's here right now. If you're ready to receive that remembrance, that level of self-love, and the ability to express that love for all of humanity, say yes now. Up and to the right. I'm a yes, a ho. And I'll take a double on that one. Okay. Guys are moving us through the chakras. Get back up into that crown chakra. Okay. Golden and white light streaming in through the Akash, coming down into the crown, creating this egg energy all around us, sealing us into the divine energy of Source, spiraling down, allowing it to be expressed through the heart, spiraling down and activating, connecting in through our root chakra, connecting in through the root chakra of the planet. You guys know I have a special connection into Mount Shasta there, as we activate these grid lines now through our bodies, through the planet now. Aho, and so it is. Ooh, that was a big one. I'm not even sure all of what we did there. Ooh, I'd love y'all to help me interpret that one. Powerful healing for the planet to bring in truth, heart-centered energy, truth of who we are. Let's weave that energy back up. The guys are saying, keep working for a second. Weave that energy back up through the third eye. Imagine the third eye connected into the dodecahedron, the sacred geometry that surrounds our planet and projects the holographic reality into existence, working together now to project light, truth, love, presence, power, plenty into the planet. And so it is. All right, that was a fun one. You know, all in a day's work. Whew. How many of you are already feeling like more powerful creators, more powerful versions of yourself? Thank you so much for being here. Sunny Moon says, went through people-pleasing lessons this month, loving this energy of expressing love instead. Yes, thank you, Sunny Moon, for moving that collective energy. And everyone who's gone through their people-pleasing stuff, me too. Me too, me too. Karen says, what I felt a sting leave my heart on that one. Thank you, Aho, yes. Witnessing what we are releasing, what we're willing to let go of. Thank you all for being willing to let go of the heavy stuff we carry. We don't have to. And we can do it together. All right. I sincerely hope some of you guys are turned on and ready to rock and roll. This has been a powerful class. Again, this is the link if you want to hop on a free call with me and discover more about if the Akashic Record training is right for you. There are opportunities to study in a sacred classroom of high-level visionaries, thought leaders, difference makers who are remembering their power. And again, we are part of a bigger storyline happening here on the planet. Not only is there this opportunity, invitation to fix our own lives, as we do it, we're changing the planet. And it's so fun to remember that our souls volunteered to do this and to be here at this time and to do this work, not only for the future civilization of humanity, but truly the entire galaxy. And it's fun. Human beings, we are the masterpiece of the galaxy. And we are, chills through my whole body. We are masters of peace. It's our first job. We got to master peace within ourselves. We got to lay down the weapons within ourselves, where we're judging ourselves, where we're angry with ourselves, where we're mad, sad, frustrated at ourselves. And remember the truth of who we are. And for those of you who are looking for sacred community to remember faster, you will remember eventually, by the way. It's innate within each one of us. Okay. If you want to remember faster, you're finding yourself in the right space. Sacred containers like what we get to share here today is so potent and powerful. There are also opportunities to come into a deeper community for those of you who want to train online. There's a Zoom community that we train in, me and the other students, if you want to join us. All right. Consider this your sacred invitation and hop on my schedule. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Let me just tap in and see any final thoughts that the guides want to share. The guides are inviting each one of you to share what is one takeaway that you are taking with you. I was looking for a different word than take. That you're taking with you today. As you reflect on that and share, it will become even more embodied within you. All right. So I would love to hear what has illuminated in your field. Oh, my George says, I allow the universe to guide me where my guidance, soul, and knowledge is required to enable the awakening of humanity with love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho, that's beautiful. Thank you for allowing me to repeat those words out loud. Dropping in from the into my records. Let me just see anything else that the guides would love to share. The power of the universe emanating through you. Remember this truth. I feel like Father, like Great Spirit of the universe is speaking remembrance into all of us. Remember your power, children. Remember your power. That's energy coming in from the Akash, or what I would feel like is the masculine, the Great Spirit energy. And we've also got the warm energy, the powerful mother energy, Mother Earth, the embodiment energy coming through now, moving through our being, bringing us into state of great love, compassion, and belief in ourselves. Good work today, everybody. I love you. If this broadcast has served you, please share it out. There's likely somebody in your life that needs to hear a piece of wisdom that came in today. So thank you for helping to spread this message of empowerment, of love and light that brings us all into an accelerated place of expressing our divine blueprint and sharing that reality together. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.
This was next level. It was amazing. I feel absolutely different, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I was able to let go of so much limitation and fear and expand on an energetic level. I just feel so open and so aligned. And I've been able to let go and free up so much more potential. And so now that I've cleared that space out, I can tell that I'm going to be able to download, contain, and maintain a much more significant imprint in this world.